All right, so showed you on Starseed channel. Let's go. It just hit me that when Adam and Eve, the first Adam and Eve, you don't know what race they were. Did they even have a race? Were they white? Were they black? Chinese? You don't know who the first race was. But there definitely had to be two humans, and they definitely had to come from the ground because everything that is on the earth comes from rock and tree. It comes from the ground. Flowers rise up from the dirt, and so do human beings. There's no way a human being could have been created from the heavens. So that's how you know that our God is not in the heavens or in the blue sky. Our God is from earth. Our God is the earth, which has connections to the universe to do stuff and create stuff. So now you know that our God is truly ourselves and Adam and Eve, the first two humans. But wait, you don't have any. I mean, those are your real parents, but they were captured and they were given different souls and spirits. So they turned false, they turned bad. So they're kind of incompetent from being our leader or our mother and father either. But then again, you can just give them, they were supposed to be the king and the queen of Mother Nature. They were supposed to be the first father and mother of this earth. They were supposed to be co-rulers over the earth with the universe. I don't know about no God. I know that the universe does what it's supposed to do. Okay, and the universe will clean up this mess. Okay, where you got people running around, bragging about giving their own race, their own brother and sister, a piece of them, some poison, giving them some crack, giving them some heroin. You run around bragging, you get on camera and you admit that you do this because you've seen Tom, Dick, and Harry do it and nothing happened to them. Well, guess what? Something gonna happen to your ass. Okay. Just think. Just think about a Adam and Eve taking some coca and wrapping it up and breaking it down into powder and then wrapping it up in a sugarcane leaf or a sugarcane stem and giving it to one of their children, sons or daughters, which are duplicates of their creation, gave it to them and gave them a pipe made out of bamboo stick and then rubbed some rocks together and made a fire with some wood and the heat from the sun and lit the crack and start smoking it through through the root, knowing that this got their kid high and it was killing their kid slowly, would get them sick. Now, why would they do this if they love their kid? Okay. Adam and Eve didn't do this, but Adam and Eve did allow their kids to slay a rabbit. Adam and Eve, maybe Adam more than Eve, definitely slayed a rabbit and then showed their kids how to slay a rabbit. But somebody fine-tuned this into their brain. Okay. They were born with a brain that was pure and perfect, where they did everything perfect. And I don't mean perfect like goody two-shoe, like you can't spill a glass of milk or you can't swear a cuss. I mean perfect as far as you had perfect love. You know, you knew how to keep your hands off. You know, Adam knew how to keep his hands off Eve. He wouldn't beat on her. He wouldn't lose his cool and, you know, put on a wife beater and hit her. And she wouldn't pick up, you know, anything and start hitting him because, you know. So what happened to that control of the spirit and the soul? What happened? See, the universe had to give Adam and Eve the original soul and spirit. The earth had to give them this. Just like a plant is given its existence and its attributes by the earth. And the plant grows and grows and grows, and it's pretty quiet. But if you sing to a plant and you tell the plant you love it enough, the plant reacts to your voice and actually can grow stronger and bigger and actually has feelings, actually feels your love. I've seen it. I've seen Black Mary sing to her plants and, you know, kiss them and rub them and sing, you know, and tell them that she loves them. And the plants actually reacted to her voice over a period of time. Whereas I've seen my aunt have plants and don't pay no attention to them and don't just water them, and, you know, all you hear is just smoke and drink around them and fight and argue and cuss and drugs being sown around the plants and, you know, violence and police raids, and the plant power was meager. The plant just didn't die, but it didn't look like the ones my mother had. Understand? So something bigger than the plant was responsible for rising that plant up and building that plant up to be great. You speak love to a plant, the plant reacts to that. It's not just love. If you do good, godly things around plants, they react to it. If you do, see, your voice, your thoughts, and your demeanor, and the energy off you affects the plants. It affects the earth. It affects the earth's power and the earth's potency of its existence. The earth's potency of its existence. Which means what? Which means what? It means that the potency of Adam and Eve's existence and Adam and Eve's kids' existence was affected by something bigger than themselves. What was that? It was something invisible. Now, whether this was the Almighty God or an invisible hybrid flying being with no wings, or an alien that could fly with no wings, somebody, energy, caused these Adam and Eve, which are human plants, to wither away and die. And as they were dying and withering away, their soul, their original soul and their original spirit diminished and was transformed into an unclean spirit and soul. And then they started doing unclean, wicked things because the voice that was bigger than them was giving off that energy without you hearing it. Whatever that was bigger than them, that was talking to them and blew life into them, a new life into them. That breath was unclean. It stunk. So if the Almighty's breath was stinking and it was unclean, then he blew that breath into Adam and Eve, and they started killing animals to as another source of food when they already had pineapples and cashews. They didn't have ice cream, but they could make ice. And they don't need to have ice cream because ice cream is really a false creation if it's made with a cow's milk, because we're not supposed to be drinking a cow's milk. So if you have ice cream that's made without cow's milk, fine. But we're not supposed to be drinking nothing from the animals inside. The inside of a cow is so unclean, you wouldn't believe it. So why would we drink milk from a cow? Okay, why would we eat eggs when the eggs came out of a chicken's body? And the chicken's inside is not clean either. It's dark inside, pitch black, and it stinks, and it's unclean. And that is the chicken's child, which means that's God's child that you're eating. So every time you eat a pack of eggs, understand that you're eating God's child. The chicken is not just a chicken. The chicken is God. A piece of God. God is love. And in order for the earth to have life, the spirit of love, which is the ultimate force of the universe, had to touch the earth and blow life into the earth. When the spirit of love became the earth and became the soil, flowers came up. Water filled the earth. The chickens were able to give life and reproduce. And in order for a chicken to be able to give life and reproduce, they have to have something that's power. That power comes from somewhere, and it definitely don't come from the devil. So that's to prove to you that God is not the devil. That God is well aware of what is going on, the killings and the dreams by this devil, and God is the spirit of love. God is the universe. Is the spirit in the universe. That is the king of love. That is the people and the animals, some of them. And the spirit of love is fighting this other planet or this other life form through the people and the animals, and is changing the earth slowly back to the original form and better than the original form. So now we got TVs, flat screens, and we got everlasting life, no death, no sickness. Okay. Right? Don't, So I realized that if God didn't do anything about this heavenly God or this heavenly devil, if no one did anything about Adam and Eve being attacked and thrown out the Garden of Eden, then it ends right there. Don't even think about the Jesus story or the second coming or the third, because it's all baloney. Because if there was a God, number one, he would have never told Adam and Eve they couldn't eat off any tree. Number two, if there was really a God, he would protect them from being overcome by another spirit or soul or force. Because if Adam and Eve originally had a spirit of love and were perfect like MacGyver and could make belts and shoes out of rock and tree and flowers and plants and root and sugar cane, they took all that and made clothes out of it. Adam and Eve were around a long time before they even found out what intercourse was. Many years. Imagine being with a woman many years and you don't even know that she has a vagina. Okay. You see her breasts, her chest, but it doesn't turn you. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't really turn you on. It doesn't strike you as anything out of the ordinary. Okay. The perfect spirit of God gives Adam the ability to realize Eve looks different. She has longer hair. She's pretty. But that's all of the perfectness of God's presence in his soul and the spirit allow him to ponder on. So if there was a true God, where did the people get perverse thinking of of everything? Well, when they started showing people naked on tape, on videotape, now just think, if there was no VHS, you wouldn't be able to see this. You would only be able to see it in the mirror or see it in person. That would have the world would be a much different, very different place if there wasn't VHS and DVD. Okay. The people would be in a lot better condition psychologically and socially. And there'll be a lot more respect between women and men. And if the women dressed the way they're supposed to, never showing their curves and wearing 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo. If they would dress properly in the summer too, and just, was wear baggy stuff all the time, and never was portrayed on TV as sex symbols and strip clubs, it would be a lot better world. See, the world got better and better and better as time went on, and healed from this monster, this spirit, which seems to me to be the brain, one of the brains of the solar system or the universe, that is attacking the earth with these dreams. It has to be, because there's no devil, which is a wicked angel. There's no angel that has power over the origin, period. To make the cause the origin, there's no origin that's going to listen to an angel and make firearms and guns for people. You know how insane that is? For the origin to make guns for human beings? Human beings ain't supposed to have no guns. Human beings ain't supposed to even have the ability to lift their foot or their hand towards each other. The reason why they are lifting their hands and feet to each other is because they've been false ghosts from the beginning. So God never did anything about that. God was the people. So the people's existence did something about it, and things got better, but yet things got worse because this enemy kept creating more and more stuff for the people to get a hold of, and it got him in trouble. Okay. When Adam and Eve was around, there was no cigarettes. So they didn't have to worry about messing up their nerves and their veins and smoking, having their body smell. This Illuminati gives you smoke and cigarettes and liquor so that he can enter your body easier with a false ghost and a demon, and get inside you and live inside you with this false ghost. A Casper that is the color of, is black, looks like black cigarette smoke, that takes form. Let's just say a demon comes out of the graveyard or out of the sewer, the most unclean place on the earth, and out of the train station. This is where the demons live. And this is where the devil's children live. And they come up and they get inside the people while they're waiting for the train. And then the people are acting stupid. And they think, they got an addict. Y'all got on the wrong side of the bed. Oh, you just grouchy. You didn't eat. No. They have a false ghost in them. And the false ghost is not that strong. But what do you think is giving the people the flu? The false ghost that's unclean. Okay. The humans have body to resist this false ghost's presence and the false ghost's filth, because they ain't supposed to be no false ghosts in the first place entering the human's body. But when the human go and eat that animal out the grocery store, then that takes the human's power away to fight these demons. Okay, now we figured out that if there was really a God that was above the humans and that had the right to tell the humans what to do, or if there was anybody to truly be praised, wouldn't they have done something about Adam and Eve's situation a long time ago? Why would Adam and Eve die if they're the parents of the earth? Adam and Eve was assigned to name the animals by God, supposedly. Yeah, they named the alligator, they named all these things. So why would they die? Why would God start a process of giving Adam and Eve the assignment of naming the animals, and he ain't giving them a dime? All they're doing is just able to eat free pineapples and take a bath in the Jordan River for free. And, they had to take some baba leaves and make a house. Take some rocks and some leaves and make their cave and make their house. You wonder how did they live at night? They didn't know how to make a fire the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, 80, 40 days, 60 days of their existence as adults. And did Adam and Eve become from the ground as man and woman or as babies? See, this is the thing. Nobody knows. Did they come as children, teenagers, kids, infants, or adults? Nobody knows the secret. What about the other Adam and Eve? The black Adam and Eve, the first Africans, the first woman and man that were dark. Where did they come from? They did not come from the ground like Adam and Eve did. God came from the dust. Okay? God came from the dust. He came from the earth. That's why they try to bury the people back in the earth, because they're pieces of God. So God was a man from the beginning, and he became Adam. Okay? So when God came as a man on earth, he was a man. He wasn't a baby. He was a man. Then that man created Eve. But did God take a piece of Adam's ribs to make Eve? How did he do that? Did he bleed? Did he take his rib out of his chest and have Adam scream for pain? How did he take his rib and make Eve? So you can't believe these stories. You just have to use common sense. Adam came up from the ground, and then his power made his wife came up from the ground. They weren't kids. They just came up from the ground as God. God, Adam and Eve are God. Not only of the earth, but they're God. Period. Whatever else is attacking earth and got inside of Adam and Eve's spirit and soul and caused them to kill the first animal, which caused everlasting life on earth to be exempt and to not exist, and lowered their life expectancy years from everlasting life to 900 years. Instead of them living forever, they lived 900 years. And then the people started dying at 700 years, 600 years, 500 years. Now it's down to People dying at 60 years old and shit. And they call that old age. Why has the life expectancy for the humans decreased? Why? Well, it's something to do with time and pressure of the population and the existence of the people, maximized by the universe's and the Earth's needs and ways, and it's the Earth's and the universe plan for the existence of the people. It has something to do with the people attacking the animals and messing up the spirit. So now the animals are eating animals, and the people are eating animals, and the animals are killing people, and the people are killing animals. That's why their life expectancy went from 900 to 90. Okay. Why is birth painless? Birth painful. Why is birth painful? Why is birth painful? Because the same reason. When the people, when Adam and Eve and their kids attacked the animal, they were cursed by the animals and by God, because God was the animal. So whatever got inside of Adam and Eve and made them sick, it caused them to attack an animal and kill it. And that caused the spirit of love to plead the animal's case. And now the parents of the earth are now condemned, and their kids are cursed and cursed and cursed and cursed until whatever, until the spirit of love decides to make the animals stop killing each other and make the people stop eating dead animals and killing animals, and to bring perfection back to the original existence. So, so I told you 600 years is 6 years in heaven. 6,000 years on earth is 6 years in heaven. Because God is so huge, and the earth is the smithereen of God. But yet the earth is huge to God, because God is babies that are on earth. And you know how huge the earth is to one baby. And God is the babies, and is some of the babies and some of the animals and a couple of people. Not many, but a couple. God is in a couple people, and he's destroying the devil through those couple of people here and there in increments, inch by inch, line by line.